One of the cons of being the biggest team in South African football is that Kaizer Chiefs is often used by journalists to sell stories, clubs and player agents to advertise their players, basically. Because if they say Chiefs wants this player, other teams are like, if Chiefs wants this player, then there must be something good about the player. And then they go sniffing around and then they want to sign that player. But then you look 2 years down the line, you're like, how? Where did so and so go? Then you see they were actually not that good. It's just that the management or the player agent played a very elaborate trick on everyone by saying Chiefs wants this player, knowing very well that Chiefs has a status of getting good players. Well, in the past there is. But could this be the same case with Khosi Moriba? Well, let's look at the facts. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Khosi Football Club. And in today's video, we are going to talk about two things: Khosi Moriba, and we're also going to talk about Ashley Cupido. Now, let's start by Khosi Moriba. So, Indaba Khosi, if you don't know who he is, he's a 23-year-old attacking midfielder who's currently playing for Evander Football Academy. Now, his story is like this on the Citizens. They are saying that Chiefs are apparently one of the several clubs that are looking to sign this player. First of all, the moment they say Chiefs and several clubs, it's starting to smell fish already, because if it's Chiefs, Pietermaritzburg United and Swallows, why not mention the other teams that wanted the player? I know what they're gonna say Chiefs is because Chiefs is the biggest team among the three, but still it just feels to me as if the player, the value of the player is now being exaggerated by putting Chiefs up front and making it seem like they are the only team that is laser focused and they are making sure that they are signing the player. Because for real, guys, if you think about it, he's an attacking midfield. He's 23. Great, right? But you also have Vumatlo, who's around that age, who's not playing. You have Ohadeb, they are currently not playing. Good players, by the way. But now Chiefs is just going to all of a sudden go for this 23-year-old just because he impressed in a game against the Pirates. Because that's another layer of this thing, Guti. There is no indication in the story that Chiefs wanted this player before the game against Pirates in the Nedbank Cup. But now it seems to me as if, Chiefs saw this player performing well in the Nedbank Cup, and all of a sudden they sent our scouts to Evander Football Academy to go and observe this player practice, because the source says that Chiefs, the people who went to Evander Football Academy, they came there and they look like they meant business. I mean, guys, Kaizer Chiefs gets used all the time, and as fans all the time we end up saying, why are they not buying a good quality player, blah blah blah. And by the way, I'm not saying this guy is a bad player. I'm just saying the story in itself has too many holes for me to be convinced Uguti Chiefs wants to sign this attacking midfielder. Because you also have another story with the Cape Town City. Uguti Chiefs wanted to sign Umduduzi Mdantsane. So what has happened to that attacking midfielder? Because it seems like they were going that route and trying to basically sign him. But on the other hand, people will say you are forgetting something very important on Pil. Uguti, this guy Khosi, apparently his contract is coming to an end this June, right? So then the moment you know what a player's contract is coming to an end, then you know what already the situation is what Chiefs usually goes for. Because if a player is free, then we know what Chiefs will usually go for that player and try to sign him. However, even a football academy, according to the story and the source, they are trying to extend the player's contract by 1 year at least to make sure that they can get something from the player. So I would say it makes sense in a sense that he's a free agent, so Chiefs might want to go after a player because he's a free agent. And Maguguti, since they were observing, because the Chiefs has some interest because they are observing their players who are playing for Kaizer Stars, maybe somehow they saw the player playing at some point and then they saw him again against the Pirates and they were like, okay, maybe we should now look at him again. But it's to me, it doesn't add up, it doesn't make sense, and I think it's probably one of those instances where eChiefs is just being used as a tool to advertise a player. Now, on to another player, but before I talk about the next player, is if you're enjoying this video, please like it. Like, it literally doesn't take 5 seconds. Just scroll up a bit. You don't even to scroll up, just like. Yes, I'm pausing the video just to get you to click like. Thank you. And to those of you who are not subscribed, in this channel we speak everything that has to do with Kaizer Chiefs, so make sure to subscribe as well and turn on your notification so that you can be notified when I make more content, when I post more content. And by the way, I post every day, twice every day, these videos and live streams at 7:30 weekdays. Anyways, Ashley Cupido, Cape Town Spurs striker. We talked about him. We live stream last week, Friday, I think. Yeah, if not Thursday. So eChiefs is apparently interested in signing Ashley Cupido, who's currently a top goal scorer in the National First Division, Motsepe League Foundation, stuff like that. But the question is, will he come to eChiefs? And as it stands right now, it seems like no, he won't. Reason being, one, Cape Town Spurs has a better relationship with the Pirates, and the Pirates are also interested in signing the player. But there is another layer to this. The player himself wants to go to a Pirate, apparently. And the reason for that could be the fact that he's already playing with Uradiopane, who is loaned from a Pirate to a Cape Town Spurs. So now that basically means the player is most likely to go to a Pirate. But as we know, this is football and it doesn't always happen in a way that players want. Because if a Pirates are not interested or end up not signing him because they just signed a Cameroonian striker and they still have Ulepasa who's performing a super sport, so they might actually end up seeing they have enough strikers and not signing him, and that could be an opportunity for eChiefs to go out and sign the striker. But as it stands right now, it looks like the player will end up going to the Orlando Pirates and the Chiefs will be left once again. But I would say to Mina, the Pirates, as much as they have an edge in this transfer, as we also talked about this thing in the video live stream, I think ultimately it could also come down to who has a better pitch, right? Like, besides the money, which will be very important, because if Pirates comes with the money, which they do spend, and we've seen them spend the money, a lot of it, but if the Chiefs can match at least the offer that Pirates will make for Cupido, and then Uzwane can say, look, there is Umtu, there is Umshini, there's Osamgelo Zwane, and show him all the players that we have and say, we have young players and you'll be growing and you'll be reaching your prime together with everyone else who's in this team, compared to Pirates who are still signing Aboma Kaula who are in their late 30s to basically still go into the team and play. So Uzwane, I know people will think that doesn't make sense, but I will tell you now, Uguti, I think it was Luis Diaz who was called by, I think, Antonio Conte, if not to Mourinho, Spurs. I forgot, sorry for that. But he was called and he was ready to go to Spurs. But then Klopp called him, and then when he was asked to go to, why did you end up going to Liverpool? It's one of the players. And then he said, I just guess I loved Klopp's speech better, because these players, even of Fabregas, I was watching a video guy says Fabregas Uguti, before, when he played for Arsenal, before he went back to Barcelona, he was texted by Guardiola, and Guardiola was telling him, good, listen, I'm planning on changing a system so that you, Iniesta and Busquets, can play in the same team. So there was a pitch. So players do get pitches from coaches, and if they can tell Uguti, this coach values me and he sees me as a very important part of the team, then the player can end up going to the team. That is obviously if the player, they haven't said, Nancy Mali, we are taking this deal, so you have to go. Because even if there is money, as far as I know, in football, even if there is money, if a player doesn't want to go, they don't go unless they get forced. Especially a player who's of this age, they can end up going. but we'll see what will happen. I just doubt this move will happen. So guys, what do you think about Ndaba Khotatso, and do you think Ashley Cupido will end up being a Chiefs? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one, and until next time, remember, equals I'll pay you more.